You're looking to level up your heavy class play in the final season 2, I got you right here in this tier list. I'm going to be going over every piece of gadget, every weapon, and everything you need to know about heavy in this video, so stay tuned. We're going to get right into it, y'all. I play a lot of ranks, so these are going to be your best options for playing those high-level competitive gameplays, but they'll also be fun in those public matches and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We'll start with the barricade. I'm going to put this at A tier. It's a great gadget. You can put 3 up at one time. Put them around your objective, and you are the only class that can head glitch it. Mediums and lights can't see over it, so it's a great gadget here. And if you're running this, run the Lewis gun. It makes sense, so you can hit from range and head glitch it. But yeah, that's an A tier. C4. So I'm gonna put this in A, even though it's very close to S with the recent nerf of it. So here's a misconception that a lot of people think you only get 1 now. You can still deploy 2 at a time. You just have to wait 30 seconds to get the second one instead of having 2 on you immediately. Still a very good gadget. I run it all the time. It's very good. Lay one down, hit it with your RPG, and it's a great gadget. So all right, so here's the first specialization: charge and slam. I'm gonna put this S tier, and this might be controversial. I do not run this specialization, but a very skilled heavy at high ranks can run this very well to take out one of the other players on the team or just take out their defenses. I mean, it could be very well if you play it with your team. I know a lot of you might be saying, well, they just run off and leave me. Yeah, that's lower tier gameplay. If you get a charge and slam with a coordinated team, it can really disrupt defenses or just a team out in the open. So I'm going to put that for S for now. Dome shield, I'm also going to put for S tier. So the dome shield got nerfed down from 20 seconds to 12 seconds. But it's still so useful, guys. You can shoot through it. Other teams cannot shoot you through it. They can deal damage to it and knock it down, but throwing this so you can get the steal on the cash out or anything like that, or get a res, it's very useful. It's probably the best thing for the heavy, to be honest with you. Even with the nerf, it's a little bit weaker now, but it needed a nerf, so it's still pretty good. Explosive mine, guys. I don't want to put anything in D tier, but for a heavy, you shouldn't be running this. Let your mediums or your lights place this kind of stuff. You need to be putting stuff up to deflect bullets, explosives. You need to be tanking damage for the team. You don't need to be putting a mine down and wasting a slot. So don't run this, guys. Flamethrower. Now for usefulness, I'd probably put this at B or A. But because this is such a dog shit weapon, and if you run this, I swear, man, I'm sorry, I dislike you. I still appreciate you watching the video, but comment down below if you use this. I'm putting you in D for dog shit. Don't run the flamethrower, brother. It's just terrible area of effect. I mean, it's good, but come on, man, have some skill. That's all I'm going to say about that. I can go on a tangent with flamethrower heavies for a long time. Flashbang, another thing that could go into D. I'm going to put it C because it has a little bit of utility. If you throw it out there to flash a team and then melt them because you are the damage dealer, you're the tank. You should be running this on your heavy, but you've seen it. It's a complete white screen. It can be useful. I don't run it. Don't suggest it. Frag grenade, I'm going to put this in B. I actually run this on my setup right now, and I'm actually probably going to be switching to either the barricade or the C4. Frags are just all around well-rounded gadgets. I mean, you throw a frag, you can get a kill, you can deal damage, pair it with an RPG. There's not much to be said about a frag grenade, guys. Gas, I'm going to put that in B as well, because with the recent gas nerf, which was really kind of a buff as well, it can be good to throw gas in there. I wouldn't run it on my heavy class all the time, but it can be useful. Goo gun. So goo gun, I'm probably going to put this along with them in B tier. I've seen a lot of players who are really good with the goo gun. It's by far the worst specialization for the heavy, but if you get somebody who's really good at it, you can traverse under parts of the map where you're not supposed to be able to get. You can block things off, make a lot of barriers. So goo gun can be useful if you're cracked with it, but by far the worst specialization for heavy. Goo grenade on top of that's going to go C, because why have a goo grenade if you can have a goo gun? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be, you know, whatever with that. Weapons. All right, guys. So I run the Lewis gun. I'm going to put the Lewis gun in A tier. Here's the reason why. The Lewis gun got a little bit of a nerf of this in this last update. Its recoil is a little bit harder to control. I've been getting pretty good with it. This thing fries, and it's the only gun in heavy other than the M60, which I think this is better than the M60, that gives you all ranges as a heavy. you can play back as a heavy. You can play medium range, and you can play close with the Lewis gun. So I put the Lewis gun in A, and this is personally my favorite gun as heavy, and it's what I run. But there is a certain gun that we all know that's better than this and will be in S tier. M60, I'm going to put this in B tier. It would have been in C tier, but I got a little bit of buff this season, and it's a little bit better. It's almost right there with the Lewis gun, but I think the Lewis gun is more accurate and easier to control. So I would run the Lewis gun over this. And like I said, these are perfect to pair with the barricade, and also perfect to pair with this next specialization. Mesh shield. Mesh shield's S tier. This is what I run. The mesh shield's perfect for if you're playing in a comp, you have a healer at medium. So you put your mesh shield up, he can heal you, heal teammates, get reses off of this defib. It's perfect. Once you learn how to toggle this with your Lewis gun or your shotgun, your SA-12, which is going to be S tier because it cancels that rechamber animation. The mesh shield is my go-to, and I love it. I do it over the charge and slam. I think the charge and slam is a little cheesy, but it's definitely good. So I'm going to put that there. Yeah, mesh shield's a must for me. Grenade launcher. I'm going to put this in C. I've seen this used really effectively, guys, but it's not a bounce, it's not a projectile explode when it hits the ground. It's grenades flying and bouncing wherever you want. It's hard to use. You can bombard a cash out with it or something, but I would leave this in public matches, guys. It's not where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Does this say night vision? I don't think this is on the heavy. I'm going to put this in D. I don't know why this is on this class. If it is on this class now, more power to you, but I'm fairly certain it's not. I guess my tier list was messed up. My B. Pyro grenade, I'm going to put this in B as well. Very useful, especially with the new 5v5 game mode. It can be really great thrown on that platform on Powerhouse. But there's just other things as heavy that you should be running other than, grenades and these throwable things. You should be doing defense. You're a tank. You need to hold down for the team. And then my favorite, boys, we all know we like to snipe with this. This is the S tier RPG. You have to have this. If you're not playing RPG as a heavy, you're absolutely throwing, bro. You're throwing so hard. This is the best thing. And it one-shots lights. I mean, this is my favorite thing to do as a heavy. I beam you with my RPG, half health for mediums, full kill for light, and then I switch to my Lewis immediately and get a free kill every time you're out in the open. You got to run the RPG, guys. SA-12, S tier. I've used it. It's really great. You have to get to that close range. I like to be able to play at all ranges. That's why I run the Lewis gun, but the SA-12 absolutely needs a nerf. Most busted gun in the game. Sledgehammer. If you're running this, bro, what are you doing? I played the beta, and it was extremely overpowered and fun to play with this, especially paired with the charge and slam. But come on, bro. You got to use a gun, man. Like, put that thing away. It's fun to play with, but it's not even close to these other weapons. And then here we are to the Season 2 gadgets and guns. So here's my take, and hear me out. I got a little bit of a tip on the KS-23. So the KS-23, I really like this gun, and I'm going to put it in A tier, and some of you all who have played with it might be like, yo, it's not that good. I thought it was bad, too, at the beginning. This is a skill gun. There's like a skill ceiling to this gun. It's a projectile. You have to aim. You have to lead your target just a little bit. But once you learn to hit those shots, it is so good. I think it's a 4-shot to heavies, 2 to light, 3 to medium. And it is so good. Once you learn, you have to hit every bullet. You have to be that good to use it. But once you learn how to use it, it's really fun, especially paired with that mesh shield. Really good. It just takes a little bit of learning to get used to. Also, this is the only weapon on heavy that does environmental damage as well. 4 shots to a wall, and you can destroy that wall. Shoot up, cash out above you, drop it down just with your gun if you're out of your RPG or your C4. And then, guys, lastly, anti-gravity. Now, this is very situational. I'm going to put this in B tier, but it can be A tier, and it could also be C tier. It can be really great for holding everybody off for that last cash out, throw it down, they go up in the air, Lewis gun, dead, bro. But it's very situational, and I've found very few times where I was wishing that I had this other than a C4, RPG, barricade, anything like that. So it's very situational there, guys. But that's my tier list for heavy, guys. Let me know down below what you thought about it, and let me know what you're going to run this season for heavy. I'm going heavy into ranked. Hopefully they give us some FP, progress bar or something. But if you guys like the finals and you like what I'm doing here, please let me know down below and subscribe if you want more. But I appreciate you guys being here, and that's it for your boy Crow. I'll see you in the finals. Peace.